Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Guess which bed's right for you? Yes, you.
That's right. That's the problem. Your body's unique like you.
That's why Weinberger's offers Bed Match. You come into our store, lay down on a patented diagnostic bed that determines the best luxury Kingsdown mattress for your body.
Not just for anybody, for your body.
Can you take the guesswork out of buying a mattress at Weinberger's?
Yes, you can.
My loans are quick.
Your safety comes first with the First Alert Radar Network. First just got faster. Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Taking a look out over the skies right there by our studio at I-20. It is the first day of spring, but it doesn't exactly feel like it. But Riley, when can we expect things to start warming up out there?
Definitely warming up the next couple of days. We're still going to be a little bit...
Breaking news, a former school nurse has been charged by Columbia County School District Police after being accused of tampering with medications in the school clinic. Brookwood Elementary School says the nurse is no longer employed by the school. Parents got a note sent home that said to check with the medications that they sent to the school to make sure that everything was accounted for. So we're still digging into this and learning a little bit more. But the latest is a former nurse at the school, Brookwood Elementary, has been charged. New in the last hour, a mother and grandmother facing charges after a 1-year-old overdose from possible exposure to meth. Those details coming from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Deborah Wright is the mother. The grandmother is Laura Wright, both charged with cruelty to children in the 2nd degree. They say the child was taken to the Children's Hospital of Georgia and is still there for treatment and observation. No word on the condition, but they did tell us the child is stable. Any minute now, the Richmond County Board of Education will make a decision that could impact thousands of students all across the county. This is for the future 5-year plan that would mean some schools will close for good. Others would merge. Nick Veland joins us live from the Board of Education. So we're waiting on that decision, but what schools are immediately in jeopardy for this upcoming school year, Nick?
Yeah, well, A. Bryan Mary Elementary School and Spirit Creek Middle School will be up in the air on closing if the Board of Education decides to approve this portion of the plan. In the meeting that's going on right now, there's a few parts of what's going on tonight, so feel free to scan this QR code to better understand what's about to take place and what's about to be voted on. The school system and consulting group went to the schools impacted for at least 6 meetings last 2 weeks. If approved, some schools will be closed, but some will also be opening. Bel Air Middle and Richmond Hill Elementary Schools will be opening up, taking those students from the current Richmond Hill and Bel Air K-8 schools. Tut and Langford would combine to help expedite construction at the new Langford Middle School, which looks to open in 2027. Another item that will be voted on is how the calendar in 2025 and 2026 will look. The calendar could look to be modified to have students start at the end of July with a 7.5-week summer with long breaks in October and 3 more days added to spring break. The other option would keep the calendar the same with a 10-week summer. So feel free to follow along on News 12 online and here for more that's about to take place while this develops. Now, other parts of the plans of the schools that will be kind of shifting around, like C.T. Walker and Josie and others, will be voted on at a later date. So only thing that's going to be voted on is what's going to be taking place next year. The rest will be voted on at a later date once more meetings will take place with those that are going to be impacted there.
Okay, thanks, Nick. He's going to pop into that meeting, and just as soon as we hear any word on this, we will break in live with that. Thanks, Nick. 2 years later, the city of Augusta is still facing delays holding C4 Live accountable for the failure of XPR Augusta. That event was supposed to be hosted by the company C4 Live. It was scheduled before the 2022 Masters Masters tournament. There was supposed to be live entertainment. That event ended up falling through weeks before it was scheduled, with C4 claiming it was due to bad soil at the Lake Olmsted Stadium. Ticket holders waited months for refunds. Now the Superior Court of Richmond County is requiring C4 to hire new counsel. This isn't the first delay in that lawsuit. A judge's order says C4 has to find new legal representation within 30 days. If you've been having trouble picking up prescriptions, it's probably because of a cyber attack 3 weeks ago on Change Healthcare. The healthcare giant provides technology used to submit and process a lot of insurance claims. It handles billions of transactions a year, works with several different insurers. Those insurers work with our pharmacies here at home. So our Cindy Hood went around to learn how pharmacists are working around this issue.
Providing us the medicine we need daily, pharmacists like Vic Johnson need two things: a prescription and insurance.
All of a sudden they come to the drugstore thinking they're going to get their regular medicine for $25, and it's, you tell them that there's been a cyber attack and we can't let them have it for $25 because their coupon doesn't go through.
Leaving everyone in a bind.
The patient has to decide whether they're going to go ahead and just pay what their insurance is reimbursing, which would be maybe $400 or $500, and just wait till next month when their coupon would go through, or the other alternative is not get the medicine at all.
Which is not always an option. Laura Knotts at Parks Pharmacy agrees.
Catches a lot of people in a very bad scenario. They have to have whatever medical condition under control so that they can work. For whatever reason, they need the medication, and then so what if they can't work? They have to call in. They don't get paid.
Knott says Parks was able to switch to another system, but that's also not the perfect fix here.
It's not just getting your prescriptions refilled. This is big. This is not something small. So I don't think a lot of people understand that. Be aware of your credit, your bank accounts, everything. Just be aware of your identity, just because this is a bigger deal than just being in a pharmacy.
Sydney Hood, on your side.
And Change Healthcare restored its electronic payments March 15th. That's according to a statement from United Health Group. But the statement goes on to say 99% of the company's pharmacy network services are back online. It's just a matter of if you're that unlucky 1% who is not. North Augusta city leaders are moving forward with plans to expand Riverside Village. That means more growth is on the way, not only near the ballpark, but right as you get off of exit 1-2 for North Augusta. Our Taylor Martin explains.
From cars buzzing by near exit 1 to the hustle and bustle over at Riverside Village, it's clear North Augusta is growing.
North Augusta is growing. I think we've seen it in the last several years, that it's gotten bigger.
And with growth comes the need for housing. 2 new apartment complexes, one proposed at Riverside Village and the other under construction near exit 1, where a mixed-use development will also be.
Our roads are not ready. Our roads are not ready to handle the traffic they've got now, right behind where we stand at exit 1. It's getting more and more interesting.
Local business owner Tia Harville says she feels the frustrations, but is looking forward to the growth.
We understand a lot of people's concerns with families and, a lot more people moving here and more apartments and more houses. But I think the people that move to North Augusta, this is the charm they're looking for, and I feel like they're going to want to keep that too.
Businesses are excited about the people and the dollars coming in.
We love the growth. I feel like our North Augusta City Council is really, really focused on growing, but still keeping a small town feel.
And for some of the neighbors who voice concerns about those apartments going in at Riverside Village, you have a chance to speak up. A public hearing will be held on April 1st. 10 major titles, a Heisman Trophy winner, and a lot of wisdom. It all made an appearance at Sage Valley today for the Junior Invitational. Dan Booth, next with sports.
And it was a little bit chilly out there for him today, but we do have warmer temps showing up the next few afternoons before some rain does arrive Friday. We'll have that full forecast next.
Taking a live look here over at the Lewiston Road diverging Diamond Interchange. There's a temporary lane closure tomorrow we wanted to let you know about. It starts at 9 a.m. Should run until 2:30 over that way. Should run every day until Friday if all of the weather cooperates. But they'll have signs posted in the area to tell you what to do. But just be careful, slow down a little bit there because it will be down a lane. Riley?
And here's a little bit prettier look from our Thurman Dam Cam, where we're looking down the Savannah River, where they're still generating.
On your sideline.
Today, the 60 amateur golfers over at Sage Valley shared a unique experience. LPGA legend Annika Sorenstam and Heisman winner Tim Tebow made their way to Graniteville. Alyssa Lyons takes us courtside.
They say wise advice can take you anywhere in life, and these two are definitely wise beyond their years.
I still go like late inside right.
Okay, let's do it.
There's nothing like a little of this.
A friendly competition.
To put it in perspective.
Encouragement means to give support, confidence, or hope to. And if maybe I could give a little bit of support, confidence, and even more importantly, hope to these awesome, incredible boys and girls, that would be the goal. Wow.
His message may be stronger than his golf game.
Gave that away. Man. How to handle pressure in the moments and the scrutiny from the world, the highs and lows, but how we can also be more than a game, and to encourage them that they're not defined by this game. They're so much more than that.
They're playing an adult game. Wise advice can be measured in 72 LPGA wins.
I enjoy this part of my life where I can get back to the sport that meant so much to me. I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for golf. So I'm trying to do things to create opportunities for the next generation.
Changing the course of their lives before they were even a thought.
I've always said that young girls, we have dreams too, right? I just feel like women's golf is in a good place, not just professionally, but also from an amateur standpoint. You know, the growth is there, the depth is there.
In Graniteville, Alyssa Lyons on your side.
Thank you, Alyssa. This is just an incredible opportunity for all these young golfers who are gearing up to tee off on Thursday. This afternoon, the Westside boys basketball team went down to City Hall, where the Augusta Commission took the time to celebrate the Patriots' three-peat with a proclamation and several commissioners highlighting why winning 3 consecutive state titles is seldom seen in sports. The Patriots have an 82-14 overall record over the past 3 seasons, which all ended with them hoisting the hardware over in Macon. Over in Thompson, this is a big day for their football program. 6 Bulldogs signed their letters of intent to play college football. Jaden Thomas, Kasai Jones, Jameer Roberts, and Trekias Jones are all taking their talents to Georgia Military College. John Sally White will be joining one of his former teammates at the University of Bluffton in Ohio, and Rashad Lewis is on his way to LaGrange College.
Growing up in Thompson my whole life, it's just been an honor and a blessing and the goal of mine to play varsity in the Brickyard for Thompson Bulldogs. And to get the chance to play the next level means a lot to me and my family. I'm thankful.
The players signing today, in one way or another, they played a massive role in Thompson's ability to bring home their first state title in 2 decades.
All right, thanks, Dan. After calls for help, it seems one monument in Augusta will stay damaged for now. We explain when News 12 at 6 o'clock comes back after this short break.
First Group. I'm Chip Lewis with 64 Insurance Group. Surprisingly, there is no Medicare orientation. Let us guide you through the entire process. For a commitment-free consultation, please call the number on your screen. Don't wait till you're 65 to call. Are64.com.
You by Evans Dermatology. For more information, go to evansderm.net.
Hey, Brett, I think we need a jingle.
What'd you have in mind? I don't know yet. Well, if you're taking something, come knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door.
If you're 64.
It's Women's History Month, but one of Augusta's historical markers honoring the impact of Emily Tubman, it's not in the best shape right now. It's been damaged for 2 years after a car ran into the marble. It chipped away 4 pillars, and to this day, it remains in the same state. Hallie Turner has the story about what the city is doing.
Various historic monuments like this one are all over downtown Augusta. And then there's the Tubman Monument. Its 4 pillars damaged nearly 2 years ago during a car crash. Now, during Women's History Month, some are wanting to see Tubman's history restored.
Well, I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was beautiful to honor her and remember what she did for Augusta. It's sad to see the pillars are gone.
Thomasine Deere says she's lived in Augusta her entire life. While she's always had a special love for history, she holds Emily Tubman's monument close to her heart.
Well, I care about it because of what she did for our city and what she did for women. I think she's given a lot to Augusta.
Tubman did a lot of work for women in the mid-1800s. She founded the first public high school for girls in Augusta, provided low-cost housing units for widows and the elderly, and more. But Deere says it seems as if people are forgetting her monument isn't complete.
I think the question that people have is it going to be fixed? When is it going to be fixed?
That's a question the Coalition for Action Group has been asking the city for the last year.
I think it would be nice if the city would let people know we're working on it. It's going to come back, but you don't hear anything about it.
An email chain shows 3 messages sent before getting a response. They continued to push this January for the city to apply for a Porter Fleming Foundation grant to cover excess cost of the monument, which would serve the city at no cost. And they did apply. Interim City Administrator Takia Dowse responded to the email chain that as of February 7th, Risk Management did receive a $25,000 payout from the driver's insurance, but there is no clear answer as to how or when these funds will be used.
Sometimes we forget what people have done for our city years ago, not just today, but years ago, that made us who we are today.
And we reached out this morning to the city administrator's office. Deputy Administrator Charles Jackson told us he's not sure on the timeline of when the monument will be fixed and how the funds they already received will be used. The Family YMCA raised more than $1.5 million to put right back into the community. And today we celebrated reaching that huge goal at the annual campaign celebration. It was a video game theme. If you're wondering what all of the costumes are for, all of that money helps fund scholarships for families who can't afford services like after-school care or mobile kitchen meals through Cheryl's Kitchen. That funding also helps programs like A Place to Dream that make sure every child has a safe place to sleep, youth sports, summer camps, and that list goes on and on. New census numbers show the Augusta metro area is one of the top 70 fastest growing cities in the South. The center of the CSRA shows there's been almost 3% growth from 2020 to 2023. The Census Bureau included states as far north as Delaware, as west as Louisiana in their southern region, which we know people would have a lot to say about. I don't know if Delaware is necessarily in the Southerners' mind's eye, but we didn't make the study. Okay, we are live now at the Richland County Board of Education. We are waiting on a big decision to come down. School leaders have 2 of those on the table tonight. One is the 2024-25 5-year master plan that would mean some elementary and middle schools would close or merge. The second big discussion item is the modified calendar. So this would transition the school district to a year-round format. They would have a shorter summer break, but we're on your side. We're listening in on this meeting, and we will let you know as soon as they make a decision. Riley?
Well, temperatures are going to feel warmer over the next couple of afternoons, but temperatures dropping again as we close out the week. Now, a quick look at that 7-day forecast just after the break.
Spring into six.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, a look tonight at the promising industry of carbon capture and why it may help turn back the clock on climate change. We'll show you new technology that's the first of its kind in the nation. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, here's a live look from our Beach Island camera showing clear skies and still some of that smoky pollen haze there on the horizon, but temperatures still in the low 60s if you're stepping out. Very dry air in place. You likely had to pull out the chapstick at some point today. This air is definitely enough to dry you out a good bit. Tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up in the upper 30s. Afternoon highs tomorrow should be warmer, most likely in the low 70s. And then Thursday, our temperatures don't look too much different. And the good news is we should hang on to plenty of sunshine over the next several days. Once we get into Friday, though, rain chances ramping up, and that will stick around into our Saturday.
Okay, that'll do it for us, but we have more news and weather coming up on News 12 at 7.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
Dinosaur Adventure.